Welcome everyone to another episode of Grooming with Humānery. I'm Sid Baveja, the founder of Humānery. Today I'm here with Nick Saunders and Jonny Long of this exquisite brand Saunders Long that you can find on Humānery. So today we're here at Jonny's hair salon.
Hi, welcome to Lockonego. This is my little salon on the King's Road where we started and launched Saunders Long from.
Excellent. So today we're going to be getting a lot of advice and education from both Nick and Jonny. Jonny's going to be giving me a haircut, during which I'll ask lots of questions about how to look after your hair and also learn a little bit about skincare. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
What look are you going for? Are you going for the CEO look? Are you a bit more edgy? Want it to be a bit more fashion?
Yeah.
Where do you see it?
Somewhere in the middle. I know that's not a great answer, but somewhere in the middle.
What I would say is keep some of that length through here. I like this. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
I would have it a tiny bit shorter here.
Okay.
Bringing the length through the front.
Yeah.
And then take those sides.
One of the questions we get a lot is people that suffer from either dandruff or irritated scalp skin.
I've seen dandruff probably twice in my career. Because dandruff is a pussy, oozed scalp.
Right.
What we're all talking about, and what most people are talking about, is dry scalp.
Dry scalp, right.
So a dry scalp is natural. So it could be too much air conditioning, too much heating, not rinsing your hair properly is a big one. Because people use products, shampoos, conditioners, and they're not rinsing the product out of their hair.
So they leave it in and that causes problems on the scalp skin.
And as we were saying, we were going back to it earlier, those shampoos and conditioners that over dry.
Right.
So what they're doing is imagine you're taking all of that sebum, which is oil,
right,
which is what your head and your hair creates naturally from your skin, from your hair everywhere, and you're stripping that down. So if you're stripping that down, you're only going to dry it out. So I'm just going to use a tiny bit of conditioner now. So all you need is a small amount through the hands. Make sure you're getting it all the way through the hair. This is part of your scalp routine.
Okay.
So again, if you feel what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to try and move your scalp. And then I always suggest that what people do, even at home, it's quite nice when you're in the shower to really relax yourself with a little bit of a head massage so that you can really chill out. But then you're giving the time for the product to work on your scalp, moisturising the scalp after you shampooed it. If your hair, and especially if it gets flyaway,
right.
You know those really frizzy hair guys. And I'm like, okay, so shampoo your hair once a week, but when you're washing, use a conditioner every time.
That is such a great tip. I'm going to do that.
You're going to moisturise your hair.
Yeah.
You're going to moisturise your scalp.
Yeah.
You're doing all the right things.
All right, so how did you guys meet? How did you guys become friends?
It was one of those serendipitous moments in a bar. We started chatting. I think within 2 minutes we'd got onto the topic of golf. Not a surprise.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. We literally swapped numbers that night, started chatting. I came to visit him down here. And then we both found that we were looking for a similar thing, i.e. what ended up being Saunders Long. Over the 5 or 6 years we've been developing this, he's had this backdrop to, test the product. Every iteration of the product has been moved forward very, very slowly and painstakingly when he's taken the feedback back to our chemist in America.
Yeah.
And meanwhile I was in the bunker, in my own separate bunker, working on the meticulous sort of branding and wording and the shape of the bottles. We wanted to have something unique, we didn't want something off the shelf.
This is very much driven by experimentation to get the best results and clear customer feedback.
To be honest, that's, although we launched 2 years ago and we launched in the middle of the pandemic, we really looked at our first 2 years as, getting feedback on our launch range. So we really wanted to take the time, take the feedback from that launch period and then perfect it and then go.
And iterations again. We're saying we're not arrogant enough to think we know better. At the end of the day, you're the client.
Right.
Unless you want to see it on your shelf, what's the point? It could be the best product in the world. It's like having. I always class it like having a good restaurant. If you don't have you could have great food or good food and amazing service, and you'll go back.
Yeah.
If you get great food and bad service, you don't go back.
This Condition and Groom that you just put in, Jonny, so what's the standout feature?
So it's such a great product, so versatile. It's my absolute, honestly, I get all excited with this one.
Okay.
Basically, the best thing about this is, and the way we describe it, it's a leave-in conditioner, which is going to moisturise and sort all the flyaways with a memory hold.
Love
So
that.
it's a gentle hold. It's not like a stiff, hard hold, but you'll find that, as we say, when we blow dry it and you finish, you have a really nice structure to the hair.
So just
Now you're scrunching it up, yeah.
See, so all I'm trying to do, it's a thing. You know, when you had people have the short hair and they want the texture, and they always say to me, "How do you make it?" Think of clicking your fingers.
Okay.
So when you do it, so just what you're doing is, if you want texture,
Yeah.
you texturize. So what you do is you normally make it a right mess,
Yeah.
and then flatten things around it.
Right.
Is the best way to get.
Yeah.
So you see that I mean by the natural line. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a hard line.
Yeah, it feels
I
like a
just-
blend. Yeah.
Very much, and it
Yeah.
will grow out really nicely.
Love it. Thank you, Jonny. Thank
Pleasure.
you. Thanks, guys, for joining us in this episode of Humānery with Humānery. That was a lot of fun. But we do have a surprise for you. Nick?
Thank you. Yeah. With Father's Day on the horizon, we'd like to offer a very special prize to a father and son to come in and get the same experience that Sid just had here in Jonny's chair, well, 2 chairs beside each other. And that's 2 haircuts with a value of £200, and you go away with a product, a Saunders Long product of your choosing as well. So value of £250 in total.
And we'll also top that up with a Humānery digital gift card. So that's a lot to look forward to.